Complete updated Xero Accounting Software tutorial. Hello everyone. In this video today, we're going to be taking a detailed look at Xero Accounting Software. Xero is an online platform that allows you to manage all of your business necessities on one platform. Plus, Xero is amazing for small businesses, accountants, and bookkeepers. Plus, the accessibility of Xero allows you to manage your business at any time, and it also allows you to manage all of your payrolls, payments, expenses, invoices from one platform. Now, to take a look at Xero, you can get started for free for 1 month, and then to actually subscribe to Xero, it starts at only $14.50 per month, and it goes upwards of $31 per month, which is usually at a price of $62. But if you choose to go for annual or biannual subscriptions, you can knock down around 28% of the price. But more on that later. So let's jump right into Xero and how to get started with this tool. To get started, simply head on over to Xero.com, and once you do, click on Try Xero for free. Now, once you click on Try Xero for free, you're going to enter your first name and then your last name. Then you're going to add your email address like this. And once you do that, you can add your phone number. And once you add your phone number, you're going to have to add your country code as well. We're going to scroll ahead and we're going to enter our phone and country code. Once you've completed that, you're going to choose your location, and you want to make sure that all of this information is accurate for the purposes of your verification. So we're going to add that, and then you're going to agree to their terms and conditions and verify that you are not a robot. And then you're going to confirm all of your information. So once we have completed our basic sign up, you will have a mail that is sent to your email address that you just provided, from where you can proceed with your account creation. So you guys can see this is our account, and we're just going to log in on Xero over here. Like so, I'm just logging into my Xero account. Now, after that, it might ask you to set up multi-factor authentication. We can skip that because it is not necessary for us. Now, once we have completed our basic sign up, this will be our dashboard on Xero. So in your dashboard on Xero, on the top, you will find a panel which will allow you access to different organizations. You can build multiple different organizations on your Xero account to manage multiple different types of finances. So if you're a bookkeeper, you can actually manage finances for multiple institutions at once. So let's create a new business on Xero. And for a new organization, we're just going to enter the business name. So let's say this is going to be Pink Sapphire. And then you can add your industry. For us, it is clothing retail. Then you're going to add your country and the last day of your financial year. Now, this might also be dependent on your current region because financial years are variable. Usually, most people's financial years don't end the end of your actual year. Usually, they have financial years in the mid of the year as well. Now, after that, you have employees. So, yes, I do have employees. And after that, you can choose which tool you are already using. Then click on Start Trial, and you can proceed with your 1 month free trial on Xero Accounting Software. Now, once we have created our account, we will see the title of our organization on the top left. Then you can go on ahead and go into your subscription and billing to check your subscription information. You can also click on Settings to customize your general organizational and feature-based settings. This includes things such as your invoice settings, as well as your applications, currencies, users, and organizational details. So you can go into organizational details first and confirm all of your details to be accurate to your business. This includes your contact info, logos, and more. Now, after we have set up our organizational details, it's really important to make sure to set up your invoice settings, your payment services, and more. So to do that, simply click on Invoice Settings over here. And once you click on Invoice Settings, you will see your branding. So these are your default settings that are used, and you can click on Options and click on Edit. Now, instead of this theme being the standard theme, let's say I just want this to be the pink sapphire standard theme. And for my invoices, I want them to be on A4. And I don't want tax numbers. I want unit price and quantity. I want payment advice cutaway. I will leave that. I don't want tax columns, or I'll include a tax column. And I want the logo to be on the right side. And then I want taxes to be inclusive. And then below that, I also want my tax subtotals. And you can add your payment services like credit card. So you can integrate those as well. You can add your terms and payment advice, as well as any terms that you might have. Once you do that, you can click on Save to save this template for your invoicing. Now, these are some prerequisites I like to set up before, because if you do that as you are going along your journey into setting up your account, it can be a little bit of a hassle to customize your template every time you're sending out an invoice. So after that, go into payment services, and from here, you're going to add the different types of payment services that you are using. So you can add a Pay Now button to any of your invoices to make sure that billing is fast and efficient, and you can start your setup. And you have different variable options depending on your region. And these are really going to be variable region to region. Now that we have set up our basic account features on Xero, it's time to get started with Pink Sapphire. So the first thing you're going to see is a business tab. Then under that, you have accounting, and then you have projects, and then you have contacts. So I like to get started with contacts first because contacts can be a really important section. Now, once we go into contact, I just went into all contacts. You can either add a contact as either a customer or a supplier. So we're going to click on new contact over here. You can add the person's or business's name. So let's say this is going to be our metal core, and the account number as 0211. We can add the primary person. So let's say the primary person that we talk to for our metal supplier is Vinmark. And then we can add Vinmark's email over here. Now, once we add the contact details, we can add the business information like their phone number, website, and other information. We can also include their addresses and financial details. Then you also have your sales default. So defaults can be overwritten on your individual invoices. But what this means is that what are you selling to this person, or what are you purchasing from this person? So this person is not related to our sales, so I'll move directly into purchase defaults. And we are going to be purchasing cost of goods sold. And after that, we have our bill due date, which is going to be 5 of the following month. And then the amounts are the use of organizational settings, and I will be having no acts like this. And after that, I can just click on save and close. Now, if you're taking a look at the way that you are categorizing goods and services, you can actually customize that as well. And you can add different types of bills or different ways of billing. And I'll show you guys later on how to do that as well. But before that, we are going to go into contacts. So from here, what we're going to do is we are going to proceed with our contact. And the first thing we did is we added a purchase default. Now we're going to add a supplier default, or to whom we are a supplier. So let's say this is going to be Wendy Grocery Store. And I can add this as an individual person. I can add this as a business, but I'm going to move directly into their sales default. And this is our sales. The bill is going to be the a few days after the invoice date, and it might be 10 days after the invoice date. And after that, you can set up your tax options. Now, for any person that you are selling your goods to, you can set your credit limit amount. So, what is a credit limit amount? Your credit limit amount is going to be the units that they can purchase before they pay. So, let's say the credit limit amount is 1,000, and you can block new invoices when credit limit is reached. You can also provide a discount. So let's say for the Wendy's grocery store, I'm providing a 3% discount on my products, or let's say it's 10%. Now, once I've done that, I can click on Save and Close, and now we have two types of contacts. Now, in your contacts, you have all of their details, including all types of activity. You also have your financial details and files related to the contact. Now, moving on towards our actual business, let's go on ahead and take a look at the business section. Now, first off, you have analytics, which actually I personally think should be a separate tab instead. But your more important features lie below that, which include your pay run. Pay run basically refers to your payroll, and you can manage payrolls for your employees. Then you have your product and services. Now, in the business section, I like to go bottom up because the features that are most relevant are and that you need to set up before you start invoicing are usually at the bottom for Xero. So just go into products and services at the bottom. And over here, you're going to set up the products that you are selling or the services that you are selling. If you already have a CSV list, you can click on import and import items or opening balances, but I'm just going to create a new item by clicking on new item from the top right. This is our 001 product, and this is going to be a silver sapphire heart necklace like this. And then I can track the inventory for this asset. And then let's say that the cost price for this is going to be $10 and the cost of the goods sold account. So this is going to be cost of the goods sold. And then for the selling price, let's say I'm buying this for $10 and I'm selling this for 60. Then I have the sales. Now, if you're not selling entire necklaces, so if you have individual items, you can add them as individual sections, like your pink sapphire, and then maybe, other items as well. And now I'm going to add the sales, and this is going to be in terms of sales. So I want no type of tax on either my purchase or my sales. I'm going to remove that, and then I can click on save. So I'm purchasing this item and I'm also selling this item. So, moving on, let's say that we are going to move towards our expense claims. So, what exactly are expense claims? Expense claims are any type of payments or bills that are going to be as a result of your business. So, that means that if a person has to travel somewhere from point A to point B, their travel expense is because they had to do this for business, and that is what your business expenses are for. So for that, just click on Set up expenses and you can turn on receipt analysis. I'm going to skip that for now. And you can add the different types of expenses you have. You also have different accounts, assets, equity, and expenses you can set up. So let's say that for my expenses, I have different things. So I'll just go into expenses. I only have cost of goods, advertising, bank fees. Let's say I also have freight and courier, general expenses. I have, let's say, we also have motor vehicle expenses and we also have rent. And yeah, let's say these are going to be the only categories in which my employees or I can set up expenses for my expense accounts on Xero. You can always customize this later on, but I am going to use this and I'm just going to use this. Now, you can also choose your mileage claim accounts. You can do a lot of other types of expense settings as well. So let's say these are mileage claims, and mileage claims are obviously for the travel that your employees are doing. You can track this in kilometers or miles, depending on what is used most preferably in your particular nation. Then you're going to click on next over here, and you can set up different roles for your team. So, who can set up different expenses, who can actually charge something to an expense account. And then we're just going to proceed with us for now and later on add people as we go. Now, once we have covered this section, it's time to take a look at our purchase orders and purchase overviews. So, if you go into your purchase overviews, you will be able to see all of the items that you are purchasing from other people. Then you will see your purchase orders, which means the orders that you have sent out to purchase items. And then after that, you have your bills to pay, which basically means the people that you have yet to pay. And you can create new bill and write up your bills over here, or you can even import bills from other platforms, or any bill that you receive, you can click on import bill. and download the Xero template and just have your bills converted. Usually, people don't like to add every individual bill over here, so you can simply view bills that are not assigned to projects. You can even directly pay bills externally. So, having a record of those is important, and that is why you want to use the Xero template to just have a record of the bills that you have. Now, after that, it's time for one of the most anticipated sections of any accounting tool, and that is invoicing. So, what is invoicing? What are online payments? What are codes? Now, there is a really unique feature of codes in the Xero accounting tool. Quotations basically mean a estimated expected cost that your service or product is going to incur. These are not invoices. These are just a rough draft of what it is going to cost a certain business to buy a service or product from you. And this is something that I find to be really helpful, especially when you're doing service based industries. Your service is very variable, such as lawn mowing or pressure washing. If you're doing pressure washing, obviously your rates are going to vary for each individual item. A person might have a really narrow but a really long driveway, and pressure washing that would take a lot of time. So that is why you have codes that can help you in setting up variable pricing for different customers. Then you also have a sales overview, which just provides you a graphical summary of all of your sales. Now, above that, you have online payments. Now, online payments, again, as we have discussed previously, are a way to accept and give customers a easy route to pay your invoices. And now you can actually move towards invoicing. So, to get started with invoicing, simply go into Invoices under Business. Once you go into Invoices under Business, click on New Invoice. Now, once you go into New Invoice, you will be able to see a basic template. So, first off, you're going to set your to, and you can simply type in any letter, and this will show you the contacts that you have already. So, you can go on ahead and pick out a contact like this. And you can even add a new contact if you wish to do so. Now, after that, you can choose an issue date and a due date. So let's say I want this to be due in the next 14 days. Then you have your invoice number and any reference number that you want to add. After that, you choose your currency. So let's say I want this to be in USD. And then I can also set up online payments. You can get started with online payments in the form of direct debit or credit and debit cards. Now, once you've done that, you can go on ahead and add different line items. So you can click on Create New Item or select your pre-existing products or services. So let's say this is an invoice for 2,000 units of my silver sapphire heart necklace, and the total is 120K. As I told you guys, I did not add any tax, but I can always click on the tax rate section, click on Create New Tax, and this will open up the tax section. I can add a new tax rate. So I can name this to be my sales tax, and this is going to be, let's say, 3%. I'll click on Save, and then I can go on ahead and add my 3% tax. I can go on ahead and go back into my invoicing, and I can add my sales tax like this of 3%, and now the total tax has been calculated at the bottom. Now you can click on show or hide field. So I can show a discount, and let's say I want to add a discount to this. So now a discount has been inserted, and I'm providing a 10% discount, or going to be 10% like this, which is going to be $12,000. And then below that, you will see your conversions and the overall billing. Now you can click on attach files to attach any files, and you can also add any history or notes. Once you have completed this, you can click on approve and email like this, and you will now be able to send out your invoices. You can also save and exit if you are uncertain of your invoicing as per the current time, and you can later on send these out all together. Now, once you do that, you will see in invoices, you even have a credit note. So for credit notes, you will be able to just create a simple credit note with a credit note a reference as well. And you can add the item, the description, and the overall tax rates, and you can set up these credit notes as well. Now, once we have set up our basic invoicing and billing, we can move towards accounting. So, if we go into accounting, you can click on bank accounts to actually link your bank account to Xero. Now, after that, you have a report section, and in this report section, you are able to generate powerful analytical reports based upon the performance of your business. This includes things such as your financial performance, financial statements, projects, taxes and balances, and your transactions. All of this information can be highly relevant when you are trying to manage your business and your business is in a growing phase. Instead of having to manually trying to analyze these things, we can go on ahead and just take a look in a really brief view. So let's say I want to just go on ahead and look at my budget manager. I can go on ahead, go and view my overall budget. I can see my income, interest income, other revenue, the sales income I have, the less cost of sales, the cost of goods sold, my gross profit, operating expenses, all of that will be tracked over here. And you can go on ahead and add your own time period. So let's say I want to view my start date and I want actuals for none, and I want the period to be 6 months like this, and I can click on update, and this will give me an updated view and summary of the current state of my finances. Now, you can also go into some of their advanced features, such as managing your fixed assets, setting up chart of accounts, tax rates, tracking categories, conversion balances, and other financial settings. Now, moving on towards a more interesting and our final section for today's video, which is project managing on Xero. We can go into all projects on Xero, and Xero, because it is a financial software, it is going to allow you to have some extent of control when it comes to projects. So you can click on new project and I will make this a in progress project. And this is with the Wendy grocery store. And let's say the project is called Self Our Own Jewelry Pop-Up. So our jewels pop up. And I can pick a deadline to complete this project. Let's say it's going to be on the 28th. And then we also have the estimate. So let's say the estimate for that is going to be to calculate from tasks and estimated expenses or the overall cost for this project or the overall expectations from this project. I'm going to leave that for now, and then you can also choose who can view this project. So I want anyone to be able to access this project, and I have now created a new project. Now with this project, I can set up certain tasks and expenses related to this, as well as time, codes and invoices, and the overall profitability. So from here, you can go on ahead and generate your invoices. Let's say the project amount we have is 100K, and I will add this invoice over here. And once you do that, you will be able to, see the newly created invoice. We're going to save and continue on to our project. But now once we have done that, we will be able to see, the invoiced amount, the deadline to be invoiced, our project estimates, and more. And this can be a great way for you to launch new businesses, new tasks under your pre-existing business without having to go towards a third-party project manager, without having to opt in for a third-party manager. You can easily do that with projects under Xero. Now, moving on towards the next feature, you also have time entries, and time entries are directly linked to your payroll. So with Xero, you can click on timer and start a timer like this. You can even choose a particular task or project that you are working on, and your employees can turn on this timer and they will be able to, set a duration. Okay, so, they spent this much time, this particular task. And this can be a great way for you to manage payroll and make sure that the accurate amount of time is being spent on certain tasks and ensuring your overall business efficiency. Now, after that, you also have your staff time overview, which can provide you with a overall view of who is spending how much time on what tasks, and also can help you in focusing on what is important for your business. So these are all the things you need to know about using the Xero accounting software. I hope you guys have now learned how to use this, but if there is one thing remaining, it's their shortcut and notifications, which you can access from the top right. And if you ever want to change your personal account settings, you can go into your profile icon on the top right to edit that as well. Plus, if you want to integrate any applications, you can click on these six dots and you can see there are different applications, and you can click on Find More Apps on the Xero App Store, from where you will have access to quite a large abundance of applications. This can help you in ensuring that your financial management system is linked to your financial banking system as well. Now, if we take a look at Zero and its pricing, which we briefly overviewed at the start of this video. So, will it be worth it for you as a small business owner to subscribe to Zero? I most definitely am going to say that it is so worth it, especially when you consider how efficient this tool is and how you don't need any other financial management tool when you are using a Zero, because Zero is going to provide you with all the basics and cover all basic aspects of your business. So, I most definitely would say that it is something that you can easily purchase without having to worry about whether or not it's going to be worth the money or not. Now, in this, another thing to keep in mind is they have three different plans, and that is going to be variable. So, if I was to do a more in depth comparison of the different price plans of Zero, you will see that if you go for 6 month subscriptions, then you get a discount. But if you go for monthly billing, you do end up paying quite a lot more. So, I would suggest that if you are using Zero for 1 month and you feel as if it fulfills all your financial needs, then go for the 6 month subscription, because obviously your business, if you don't expect your business to close down, then I would suggest to opt for a 6 month deal instead of paying month by month, because it can save you a lot of money. But if you are choosing to pay month by month, as you guys can see, their starter plan starts at $29, which includes 20 invoices you can generate, 5 bills, and reconcile bank transactions, hub doc capture, analytics, and more. Now, the plan that I recommend, I don't think the starter plan is going to be worthwhile for your money. I recommend the standard plan. The standard plan allows you unlimited invoices, codes, bills, reconciliations, HubDoc, analytics. And then there is the premium version, which has the additional feature of sending and receiving payments in multiple different currencies for $62 a month. So I would say that the standard plan, usually at $49, is probably the best to use, because it has all the core features integrated within its plan. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you are now able to use the Xero accounting software, as well as choose which plan is going to be best suited for your business. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions or queries regarding Xero or any other accounting tool or any tool in general, make sure to leave that in the comment box down below. I would love to know what you guys have to say, and have a great day ahead.